Hey, Carpool Crew, so glad you're here today. I'm Pastor Justin, and before we jump in, I want to give a big shout out to Hudson and Mary Caroline in Boonville, Mississippi, and Lucy, Scarlett, and Matthew in Trussville, Alabama. Hudson, Mary Caroline, Lucy, Scarlett, Matthew, and everyone else, I want you to remember that when something feels scary, you don't have to face it alone. And guess what? That's exactly what we're talking about today. Here's the one thing for the ride I want you to remember. Jesus shows up right in the middle of what scares you. Listen to this from Matthew chapter 14, verse 27. Have courage. It is I. Don't be afraid. Okay, picture this. Jesus has just fed 5,000 people with one kid's lunch. That's a pretty crazy day. He tells his disciples to get in the boat and head across the lake. He stays back to pray, and the boat pushes off. Now, some of these guys, they were fishermen, so lakes were kind of their thing. They knew the water. But while they were rowing, the wind starts to really pick up. The waves get huge. The boat is rocking. It's the middle of the night. They can barely see. They're freaking out. Then they look out across the water, and someone is walking on the water, coming right at them. They scream. They completely freak out. They think it's a ghost. Then they hear a voice that they know. Have courage. It is I. Don't be afraid. It was Jesus. Now, here's the moment that flips everything. Jesus didn't wait for the storm to stop before he came out to the boat. He walked right in the middle of it. He showed up while the wind was still blowing, while the waves were still huge, while they were still scared. See, if Jesus were sitting with us right now, he might tell you, I'm not waiting for everything to calm down before I come close to you. I'm with you in the storm, in the middle of what scares you. He'd probably say, tell me what scares you, because I am right there with you. Now, think about your week. Maybe there's a math test that's been stressing you out. Maybe you're new on a team and you don't know if you're going to fit in yet. Maybe something at home feels really big. Maybe at night your room feels darker than it probably should, and you are a little afraid. Now, here's the thing. Fear is real, and it can feel huge. But Jesus faces fear with us. Here's what you can do this week. First, the second you feel scared, whisper one word, Jesus. That's enough, because he hears you and he'll be with you. Second, tell one grown-up what's going on. Maybe your mom, maybe your dad, maybe it's your teacher at school. Don't carry it alone. Let them know what's going on. Third, pick one Bible verse to repeat in your head when you feel the fear showing up. Matthew 14:27 is a great one to start with. Here's the one thing I wanted you to remember. Jesus shows up right in the middle of what scares you. Remember, no matter where you are or how you're listening, God loves you. And parents, if this podcast is helping your family, you can get even more carpooling with Jesus. For less than the cost of a snack run, your kids could have the weekend episodes, all of Goodnight Psalms, carpooling with heroes of the Bible, and all of our bonus stuff, like questions from the back seat. I hope you consider subscribing on Apple or Spotify. Now, before you go, here's a question to talk about together. What is something that scares you, and how can your family pray about it together? I'll see you next time on Carpooling with Jesus.